Hello guys and welcome to all those training to become gods of destruction. This is Revolution. So Dragon Ball Super episode 115 has just aired and we got a pretty awesome episode if I'm being brutally honest. The fights between Kefla and Goku were awesome. We also got to see an awesome scene where Android 17 mollywopped that speedster robot, and we also got to see a cool scene involving the Nameks. And a cool little fight scene between Vegeta and Toppo. I really want to see that fight. I hope we get an episode focusing on Vegeta vs Toppo soon. But in particular for Dragon Ball Power Scalers, this episode was quite revealing. Not perfectly revealing, but we did get a lot out of it. Now, I'm just going to give you a warning. If you haven't seen Dragon Ball Super 115, this video is in particular extremely spoiler ridden. If you haven't seen the episode and don't want to be spoiled, I suggest if you want to watch why I believe Kefla could turn Super Saiyan 3 or Blue against Ultra Instinct Goku, you pause this video, go watch the episode, preferably on an official simulcast like Crunchyroll, then come back and you'll be able to contemplate what I'm discussing in this video to a higher degree. Anyway, if you're still watching, I assume you've seen the episode or you're happy to be spoiled. Anyway, just before I start, I want to give credit to Mahidi, who is an artist on DeviantArt. The thumbnail that you see now is actually a mashup of two of his amazing artworks. Honestly guys, he's incredibly talented. I'm going to leave a link to his Deviant in the information section. Make sure you go and check him out, because honestly, you'll be amazed at some of his artwork. Also guys, if you are new to this channel, please do subscribe. I have a library full of very diverse content, and I'm sure you'll find something in my library you enjoy. Subscribe to get all my latest content straight to your account as soon as it's released. It will be highly appreciated. So in the Tournament of Power, last week in episode 114, we found out that Kefla in base was literally too much to handle for Super Saiyan God Goku. Goku is completely stumped by how outclassed he is by this Potara fused warrior. Now, a lot of people are upset about Kefla's power up, but guys, this is Potara fusion, and people comparing Kefla to the Dragon Ball Z fusions really need to go back to Dragon Ball Superstar and watch this series again. The Saiyans that we've seen from Universe 6 are a lot stronger than anything we saw from the Saiyans in Universe 7. That's just simply how it is. That's how it's been written. You don't have to like it, but that's how it is. We just have to simply deal with it. I'm okay with it. I feel like I've been able to rationalise it for myself. There are still some grey areas, but I think in total I've been able to rationalise it. But I can empathise with your opinion, because in Dragon Ball Z we saw Goku, Vegeta and even Gohan work extremely hard just to get Super Saiyan in the first place. But Goten and Trunks got Super Saiyan with relative ease. So these power hacks from the Saiyans aren't exclusive to Dragon Ball Super only. We did see it in Dragon Ball Z. The Universe 6 Saiyans have also found a way to do it intelligently rather than just use their anger. They found a way to focus their ki into a certain focal point in their back. I believe somebody like Masako X made a video explaining how that works in alignment with the chakra. So there is reasoning behind it. Dragon Ball has never been a show that spoon feeds you information. In the modern era, that may be hard to digest, but that's just the way it's always been. And if we did modernize it to be something like Hunter x Hunter, would we still love it for being true to Dragon Ball? That's the question I ask to you. And guys, that's not me criticising Hunter x Hunter. I absolutely adore Hunter x Hunter. I think it's a brilliant show. I do think Dragon Ball Super can take a few things from a show like that, but it should always remain true to itself first and foremost. So like I was saying, Kefla in base was toying with Super Saiyan God Goku, and she just kept powering up. Obviously, this is when Goku decides to use Super Saiyan Blue, which makes complete logical sense. Now, in this episode, it's drummed into us that Goku hasn't fully attained all his stamina back yet from the Jiren fight. And that is obviously true. They won't be saying it and telling us that is the case if it wasn't true. But a lot of people are misinterpreting this. Just because you have less stamina doesn't mean you can't go at full power. It just means you can withhold that full power for a shorter amount of time. Think of a car with a full tank of gas. You can withhold your full speed, your maximum speed, for a longer distance than you can if you only had half a tank. It pretty much works exactly the same. Obviously, it may affect the way you approach a fight, because you'll need to try to conserve stamina to win in the long run. Now, when Goku goes to Super Saiyan Blue, Kefla then charges up into Super Saiyan. We kind of knew this was happening, but I'm going to be honest, I was disappointed with this moment. I wanted base Kefla to take on Super Saiyan Blue so we could scale them against each other. Sure, I know the writers don't care about my scaling, but it's just a personal disappointment on my part. Base Kefla was, like I said, toying with Super Saiyan God Goku. Now we know that Super Saiyan Blue is Super Saiyan stacked on top of Super Saiyan God. And from the following fight, we see that Super Saiyan Blue would most likely be too much for base Kefla. But it would have been interesting to see how much of a gap there was, considering that Kefla in base was so much stronger than Super Saiyan God. Now, we've never really been told explicitly what the Super Saiyan multiplier is over Super Saiyan God. From the Super Exciting guides, we know that the original golden-haired Super Saiyan is a 50 times multiplier over base. We've never really been sure whether that remains the case with God Key. But here, Kefla uses at least what we know as regular Super Saiyan. We see those green tints in the hair, and a lot of us at first thought that could be the Berserker Super Saiyan form, but it's not mentioned in the episode explicitly, so you cannot say that it's the Berserker form concretely. So for now, at least, we'll pertain to it being regular Super Saiyan, so we can use that 50 times multiplier. But the interesting thing here is Super Saiyan Blue closes the gap. Now, considering base Kefla was stronger than Super Saiyan God Goku, and the gap has been closed, it's actually a much more even fight this time. Like I said, it was important to note that Super Saiyan God Goku was weaker than base Kefla, and he has closed the gap. Does that suggest to you that Super Saiyan Blue is a 50 times multiplier plus over Super Saiyan God? This is probably the best fight we've had that uses Super Saiyan Blue Goku, and referring it to the guidebooks to actually scale how much of a multiplier Blue is over God. And I'm being a pragmatist here. It could even be Super Saiyan 2 or the controlled Berserk form that we saw by Kale. And should it be explicitly stated that it was one of those forms, then obviously the Super Saiyan Blue multiplier is even greater than the original 50 times multiplier. However, even though it's a more closer fight, Goku is still getting outpowered by Super Saiyan Kefla and is forced to use the Kaioken despite having an already stamina fatigued body. Now, this Kaioken really seems to even up the fight. However, unfortunately, we don't actually get explicit statement of a multiplier. However, we do see Goku fire up the Kaioken and then fire it up even further. I cannot say this concretely, but I am under the impression it is a 20 times Kaioken, simply because Kefla was overwhelming him, and even once he fired up the Kaioken, she powered up again. Beerus then commented that Goku had to finish it in the next blow, which Goku ultimately tried to do. So you would believe that to try to eliminate Kefla on your last potential opportunity, you would probably go at full power. So I'm inclined to say Goku is at Blue Kaioken times 20 here. Now, logically, this should put Goku back ahead of Kefla in terms of power, and I think Kefla actually recognizes that Goku is literally on his last attack using this form, and that is why she blindsides him, sending 2 attacks, and Goku goes for that final attack that Beerus suggests he needs to use, and obviously he misses. So when Kefla actually hits Goku, he's practically completely out of stamina. But the fact remains that Super Saiyan Kefla survived Goku Blue Kaioken's clean shot, suggesting that she is somewhat relative to Blue Kaioken. After this, Goku completely depowers down to his base. Kefla goes to finish him off, and then we see the eruption of Ultra Instinct. I absolutely love the swagger Ultra Instinct Goku has when dodging attacks, but this is where that episode ends. Now, on next week's episode in the preview, we see Kefla taking on Ultra Instinct Goku. But we know from spoilers last week that turning Ultra Instinct turns the tables in this fight. But we also know from spoilers that Kefla has another power-up. So Kefla's next power-up depends on what variation of Super Saiyan she was using against Goku in episode 114. If she was using regular Super Saiyan, then obviously Super Saiyan 2 and even Super Saiyan Berserk would be the next logical choices. However, if she was using Super Saiyan Berserk, that form, as we saw when Kale and Caulifla were fighting Goku, is even stronger than Super Saiyan 2. Now, we don't know if it's stronger than Super Saiyan 3. I would say not, as when Goku demonstrated Super Saiyan 3, both Kale and Caulifla were in complete awe of it. Now, in their desperation, Kefla may try and replicate Super Saiyan 3 in order to get a power-up, which would be the payoff in Goku showing them in the first place. And anyone calling bad writing, I only have to refer you to the Buu saga when, upon only seeing Goku demonstrate Super Saiyan 3 once, Goten and Trunks once fused into Gotenks were able to transform into a Super Saiyan 3 upon seeing that transformation once. Dragon Ball Super loves to pay homage to things in Dragon Ball Z, and this would just be another one in that collection. Now another power-up would be the God transformations. Kefla did say she wanted to learn Super Saiyan Blue in this very fight. Now I don't blame her for wanting to be able to achieve that, but I don't believe that she should be able to pull God Ki out of the bag so suddenly. Now it wouldn't surprise me because she has literally been pulling transformation out of nowhere for a while, but God Ki seems to be something that is only achievable through a ritual or through special kind of training with an angel like Whis, or just a God Ki user like Goku and Vegeta. After all, future Trunks did appear to have God Ki in Super Saiyan Rage. That's not confirmed, it's just me speculating. But I'd rather they keep it that way. And if they do go down that route, we should see Super Saiyan God first. Now, I would prefer they go down the Super Saiyan 3 route. I don't think a Super Saiyan 3 Kefla would beat Ultra Instinct Goku, but we also know from spoilers that Goku's Ultra Instinct transformation is going to burn out again, so we know he is going to get pushed. But another interesting aspect of this is whatever Kefla does to push Ultra Instinct Goku will give us a good indicator to how strong Ultra Instinct Goku is and even how strong Jiren is. We don't know if Jiren was using full power yet. From the preview of episode 116, we know Goku has to use the Kamehameha in Ultra Instinct to do whatever he's trying to do against Kefla. So he's using a big attack. So he will certainly be pushed. And depending on how much he is pushed by whatever form Kefla is using, will give us an indication of where Merge Zamasu and Vegito Blue lie in reference to Jiren and Goku. I guess we will get those answers in episode 116, but undoubtedly Kefla is going to need a power-up to compete with Ultra Instinct Goku, which we know she's going to get from spoilers of last week. And what do Saiyans do when they need to power up? They usually transform. So this is why Kefla could turn Super Saiyan 3 or even Blue against Ultra Instinct Goku. Let me know your thoughts on next week's fight in the comments section. If you like my videos, make sure you smash that like button with the biggest Kamehameha you can muster. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and remember one very important final message. If you stay calm in any vexing situation, you will never, ever become a Super Saiyan. If you love talking about Dragon Ball on a daily basis, I promise you this channel is for you. Make sure you subscribe to my channel to get all the latest content as soon as it's released.